Hi, Maddie.
Hello.
Good. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. I have actually an athlete testing here right now, and so
Oh, no way.
last finishing touches of one event of the last event actually. So just playing with reps, playing with weight, playing with the formats there. The reps and weight are what I'm refining currently with the male athlete. I think I'll refine it with the male. We'll have the appropriate conversions for the female athletes, and then probably next week I'll test it again with the female athlete just to make sure it's exactly where I want it to be.
Yeah, okay. That sounds cool.
So I was looking at your history, 16, 2016, 17, 18, and 19. You qualified for the games.
Yeah,
2020, 21, 22. You did not, and 23, you did not qualify for the games.
no.
Okay. That's a big gap.
It is. It wasn't planned.
Okay.
The goal was definitely to still be qualifying, but yeah, that didn't be that wasn't the case. But yeah, I'm pumped to be back this year.
Well, congratulations on getting back. What do you think?
Oh
What do you
no,
think
maybe.
really?
Oh,
Yeah, you're kind of freezing up a little.
sorry,
You
it cut
there?
out. I missed that.
No, I said, yeah, you're kind of freezing up a little. I think you're better now. No, I was saying,
Okay.
what do you think? What do you think the difference was? What pushed you over the edge to make it back after 4 years of? Was it missing, or did you deliberately not compete, or was it a combination of both?
No, I was missing qualifying. I think the years that I qualified, we had 5 spots,
Okay.
and then we dropped to 3 spots. And uh, yeah, I mean, the Oceania women are pretty competitive. Like that
Yes.
was those first few years, we still had Tia and Cara throwing down. Uh, but yeah, like definitely since missing last year. I jumped on Proven with Jay, and yeah, that's just taken our training to a whole new level.
And you're there now. You're at Proven currently, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And I saw you guys there during the open announcement. You guys, you and Jay were
yeah,
both there.
yeah, yeah. That was pretty funny. Like we just came out for a training camp, and then Jay ended up doing the open announcement, which was very cool.
Did you? How many times have you been out to Proven now or Nashville?
We came to Nashville last year for Jay's prep before the games.
Okay.
But then so yeah, the second time at Proven this year.
You guys, you guys really enjoy training with that crew in that camp.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, definitely never had anything like this before.
Do you feel? Why are you guys working out with Tia currently? Like, do you jump in some of her sessions, or is she doing her own
Yeah,
thing right now?
yeah. No, we're doing a lot of the same stuff as her at the moment.
And you guys, the other day when I talked to Jay, you just swam and so doing everything with her.
Yeah.
Are you? Did you know Tia prior to competing, or
Uh,
prior to? Well, because you guys were overlapping. So if you competed 16, 17, 18, you guys competed together for a number of years.
yeah,
Did you guys become friends through that, or?
yeah. Yeah. Just meeting her through like regionals and the games, and then like other things with sponsors and stuff. Yeah. I always got along with Tia. She's such a amazing human, and she's a very cool person to be around.
When you guys are working out, are you looking at her times or looking at her performance while you're working out and thinking, all right, this is what it's going to be on the like on the floor, so I need to, pay attention to her or try to catch her?
uh Yeah, I guess so. Like, I suppose I've done I've done a lot of training with her now, but yeah, like she's definitely always the person out in front. So like that's where it is. That's where it's at.
Do the females, are there other females from Proven that are there right now or that are competing in the games this year?
There will be this week, which will be awesome. Caroline Stanley's coming this week.
Okay. Where's she from?
I don't remember.
Is she U.S. or?
Yeah, she's US. Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah.
Where'd you grow up in Australia?
I grew up in Sydney, in
Okay.
like an hour inland of Sydney. Yeah,
How'd you? Oh, an hour inland of Sydney.
yeah,
So you just say Sydney as a reference point for people like me.
yeah. Basically.
Is Sydney's massive. I remember I've been there a handful of times. It just feels like really big. Like there's a lot of like it's spread out, right?
Yeah,
Or
it is spread out. Yeah,
like there's a lot of it just extends into the countryside. And I remember
yeah.
going to whose gym did I go to there? It was what was the big guy who used to compete? Not Rob, but the other
Oh, maybe. Are you thinking of Chad McKay? Maybe
yeah,
back in the
Chad.
day.
Chad.
Yeah,
Yep, I remember going back to his or going out to his gym. Chad was always so flexible. That's what I remember for being such a big dude. He was like really
yeah,
nimble and really
yeah.
flexible. How'd you get into CrossFit?
I started CrossFit very young, and my mum got me into it. So I was like about 12 or 13. And my mum started, and she thought that it was something that I would enjoy, but also like something to sort of keep me like fit and healthy, being like a young teen girl. So yeah, I have to thank mum.
And then you just fell in love with it.
Yeah, fell in love with it. The rest is history.
Did you do any of the age group stuff or did you try?
So I turned 18 the year the age group stuff was brought in.
Oh, okay. So you just missed it.
Yeah.
It's crazy now. Like I've talked about this on other interviews with other athletes. How many athletes now are competing in the games this year from the age group?
Yeah, yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, and like some of them are transitioning very well, and so it's been very neat to see. Did you grow up? So if you grew up, were you an hour inland from Sydney?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Did you get out on the water a lot? Because like Tia, she's a water to use a English. I don't know if it's only something we say, but we have a phrase called a waterman and water woman, and so that kind of it's like a surfer phrase that people who do a lot of different activities in the water and are very proficient. She's like a waterman. She's very much like she's so proficient on a paddleboard and swimming on just so many different things. Do you have
yeah.
that same background?
No, I don't have that same background. Like, so I was at least an hour from the beach. So yeah, no, I wasn't like the other Aussies that grew up living at the beach.
Did you play any other sports or do any other things growing up? Or by the time you got into CrossFit, was that like your first physical endeavor?
No, I did other sports growing up, but I was probably most into athletics, like track.
Oh, cool.
Um, but yeah, like that CrossFit sort of took over that.
And then once you started it as a teenager, you didn't dabble at all in other sports while you were CrossFitting. You just were all in on CrossFit.
Yeah, all in on
Okay.
CrossFit.
How did you place at the semifinal?
Second,
Who won that one?
Grace Walton.
Okay. I don't think I've interviewed Grace yet. Um, so looking forward to chatting with her. How long after the games are you going to stay in the States?
We're gonna come back to Nashville for a couple of days. But then yeah, we'll head home.
Are you incredibly, I know you're obviously incredibly excited about being back, but is there some nervousness because there was a big gap of just like, okay, I'm back. I'm a different athlete. I'm a different person. Like there must be, how do you feel about all of that?
Yeah, I'm both excited and nervous. Yeah, like just I suppose thinking about like yeah, trying to remember what it's like to be out there and competing at the games. But I'm excited more than anything. Like I've been trying to achieve this again for 4 years, so I'm pumped that it's happened.
Well, congratulations on making it happen again. The um, the taking it all in and being present, was that a problem in the first batch of games you went to, or do you really feel like you talk to some people and like it was just such a blur Do you feel like you enjoy it, or is it a blur each time?
I would definitely say that 2016 and 2017, it was more of a blur for me,
Yep.
and like stressful. Like I definitely felt like a little like deer in headlights those years. Like I suppose making the games in 2016 was honestly a shock. Like I was so young, so all these women that I had idolized, all of a sudden I was there competing against them. Um, but I definitely had like a lot more fun in 2018 and 2019.
How old were you when you qualified that first year?
I was 19 in
Okay.
2016.
Yeah. That is incredibly young to go into the, and there's a handful of people who've done it even before then. I mean, there's been teenagers who qualify for the games. It's definitely not the norm. Expectations for yourself this year?
Um, no, like yes and no. I do have some, but I also yeah, like I want to like just rip in and be proud of my effort. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Final question: Is it can it be a distraction since your significant other is also competing, and instead of just worrying about yourself, you're also potentially worrying about him and his performance?
Um, I don't think so. Like, I was interested to see how it would feel at Torian this year. I mean, like we've been at Torian every year for the last few years, both competing. And I think I was definitely nervous for his first event, but then after that, it was fine. Like then I feel like I could concentrate on myself then because he'd started and he was all good.
Who's your coach? Actual like who's going to be with you as your coach at the games?
Andreas Gore, he's my manager, so
Okay.
he'll have my coach's band at the games.
Okay. Do you before we go? Well, actually, one last question. What do you think of Chad?
I think it's cool. I think it's going to be an epic games workout. Like everyone just grinding and battling it out. I'm keen to see what the twists are that you that you're planning. But yeah, I'm excited.
What do you have any questions for me before we go?
Um, I just wanted to know like your thoughts or how you feel about not um having like the outside arena this year, like at Madison,
Yeah,
like and how that's been like planning events or I suppose trying to like replicate and do similar things.
it does add a little bit of complexity not having that second floor, because that second floor gave us so much flexibility to do well the field stuff, the bigger field of play. So, but we couldn't have something like that here because it's going to be so hot. And so
Yeah,
if we tried doing the same schedule that we did in Madison, where like the first half of the day was outside and then the second half was inside, we would have people having significant heat issues because it's really hot there. I mean, it's over 100 just all day throughout the bulk of the day when we'd have that competition there. So the compromise, which I think was worth taking, was we're going to anchor most of the events out of the stadium, which is a beautiful stadium. And in that, we will have a few events, maybe at least one announced, maybe another coming
okay,
outside. And so that's where we have the Friday night lights, which we announced, and that's obviously happening late in the evening because of the heat, and the sun will go
yeah,
down. So we'll accomplish a few things with that. We'll have a really cool event under the lights, and because it's dark, the heat will come down a little. So it'll be safer for you guys. And then, if we were to do another outdoor event, you could probably imagine it would be early in the morning to also avoid the significant heat of the day. So if there was another CrossFit, an outdoor event at the CrossFit Games, and I was planning it, I would try to do the second one early in the morning.
nice.
And so, and then, but so it does. So then the rest of the events or a majority of the event will be indoors. And I thought it would be more troublesome than it has proven to be to create all the events in one indoor floor. But some examples I use, like you look at the Torian Pro or semifinals or any of these events, they're all done on one floor in one venue. And they're all done with one rig. we at the CrossFit Games have the luxury of being able to move rigs and change things up because we have such a big support network from the Rogue partnership. So it'll still be a great games.
Yeah, awesome. Sounds cool.
Well, thank you, Maddie. I appreciate the time, and looking forward to seeing you in a few weeks.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
Bye.